Hello and welcome back to City Skylines. I thought before I went too far I'd show you a little bit more about the mods that I'm using. The first one, obviously, unlimited money, which we talked about a little bit before, mainly because of the way I go about building and unbuilding and building and unbuilding. Toggle traffic lights is another key one, although I haven't had to use it just yet. And traffic plus plus, again, another traffic management one, which will allow you to control the way that the AI function around junctions. I found on a previous city that actually I needed to use that in order to make the roundabouts function properly, or to my liking, should I say. But again, I haven't had to use it so far, and I'm going to see if I can avoid using it if at all possible. With the assets, I've got quite a lot of farm assets, because the fields and stuff that you can get from the Steam Workshop really allow you to make convincing looking farmland, which is something that I really want to try and explore a little bit more with this city. I've got a whole host of different skyscrapers, which as my city grows and expands and becomes more high-rise, I'll explore putting some of those down in different areas to give myself a nice looking skyline, and some other range of different parks and trees and bushes in order to get a nice varied look. I'm trying out some other types of mods there as well, some other types of assets. The solar panel ones look quite interesting, and be trying to make some use of those. And I've also started collecting assets for a large airport, but I'm not going to be doing that just yet. Anyway, let's show you a little bit more around the city. And this is it's called Daffodil Park. This is the farm main area. You see it's taken on this lovely circular form. Access into it is via this entrance, and you can't actually get access to it from the other way, but you can get access into all of these routes, and there's lots of different routes that can be taken, and you can get back out and up to the other main junction, or across and straight into the city, and you can go out and go off in that other direction. But you can't get in from going right to left. I should probably actually think about changing that. You get another entrance into this roundabout. This roundabout really is going to be the way you can draw in all of that traffic. Could try and wind something around there. It's obviously not going to be freeway size, but that would be a solution. Maybe just for the interim, I'll plonk something in on that junction until I can consider exactly what to do in that direction. And as we move into the city, we start sort of building up. I've got this is a lovely asset, which is used as a focal point at the end of a long avenue. Gives you a kind of something to look to. Something, well, that's a focal point, isn't it? Okay, but again, at the centre of the roundabout gives it. I think that's one of the reasons I like roundabouts. You can really show off some nice assets. Well, we've got a number of different large areas, but here in the centre we've got the main residential, high-rise residential. It actually extends a bit further out here, where we've got the high school and the elementary school, primary school and secondary school, as English people call them. And by turning that on, you can see the frontage has high and low density commercial. The central area has got all the residential, and there's the schools on the edge. Lots of parkland around, everything within walking distance. And on the far side, you've got the offices, because they don't really care so much about the noise from the highway. Right in the middle is this sort of open parkland that I've designed in the middle here, and it's surrounded by commercial zones. Got again 2 parks, making it nice and green and open land, and the highway deposits straight in, so splitting off to allow access to the units on the left or the right. And again, on the main avenues, I'm trying to stick with provision of offices or commercial properties. Again, because of the noise issue that you get if you put residential buildings on such busy roads. And I've started to get some taller buildings coming up. You can see there the taller buildings, and they're very well connected. They're right next to the station. There's lots of buses going along there. These buildings are in. They don't look so nice. In fact, they don't look very nice at all. It's leveling, but I think part of the problem is, well, not only do they not look very well, very as nice as some of the other buildings, they're not. You know, they stand out a little bit more. And there I've got the Shard, because I like the Shard. It's a lovely, lovely tower in London. And here is the train yard that we built last time round. And here I've got a beach, which is apparently flooding. Hold on a second. Oh no, the people get out. Get it. That's flooding more. No, that's flooding more. That should be where. Why is that water coming up? Abandon the beach. Abandon the beach. Let's. Hold on. I don't really know what's happening here. Maybe this will play out. Let's play this out. I'm not entirely certain why that's happened. I don't think I'd affected that in any way with the terrain mod. The terrain adapting the terrain can do funny things with the water, but it seems like it's resolving itself. Buildings are getting flooded, but they're okay now. You know what? Actually, that's quite a nice shot with the skyline there. I think the beach is okay. Maybe it was just a high tide, a very, very high tide. Let's hope that won't come back. Yeah, so there's a nice. Yeah, is that water coming out? There are cars going. Well, they're not bothered by that water at all. Yeah. All right. Well, yeah. Well, things are going. It seems to be resolving itself. There go some buses. There's water still there. But yeah. So my main avenues, as you saw there, have all got bus lanes, and that will help the traffic to move around. Well, public transport really to move around and help alleviate some of the traffic. And I've got this big area over here. This is tells me it's full of oil. So I'm debating not using it for residential commercial purposes. I'm not certain I like the idea of oil industry so close to the main bulk of the city. Maybe I'll have to do a small area on the other side of that avenue. But you know, it's prepared, ready for further expansion. On this side, I've got area out here. There's a small area in the middle there, which will probably just get filled in with a small industrial block, and a big area out there with ready for some suburbs. I think we'll start doing that now.
Don't stop. 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 Don't. Don't stop.
And so here is Maple Park, the first low density suburb district of of Oinkshire, and we've got some nice buildings going in. They're levelling up. We've still got quite a bit of landscaping to do, but you can see up there in the north part of town, there's some trees put in. We've got a bit more to go, so I think next time round I'll be doing some more landscaping. I've already put in this roundabout here, so that's going to give me scope to expand in other directions as well. Okay, until next time, guys, you've been oinked.